Hi, and welcome to Something to Talk About. I'm Linda McNamee, and we are going to find out all about the connection to Eagle. Well, actually, it's all about connections and other things related to Eagles, specifically Eagle Scouts. However, before we begin, I would like to invite you to email me at talk@bcattv.org if you have a question for our wonderful guest, or if you need more information about the project. But, so yeah, talk@bcattv.org. I would like to thank the crew for this evening. We have Christina Nikitas and Gwyneth McNamee, who have given up their Wednesday evenings to come hang out at BCAT, so thank you very much. And we have Chris Flaherty, one of the staff members here at BCAT, making sure that everything runs smoothly and we don't get into too much trouble. Oh, and last but definitely not least, I would like to thank my husband Paul for staying home for daddy date night, even though he's not doing any daddy duties right now. He's mowing the lawn, so thank you. Okay, now my wonderful guest, Mehran Khaleel, who is currently a Life Scout in Scouting America, formerly known as Boy Scouts of America. Well, they changed their name so many times lately. So you are Life and you were going for Eagle. Yay! So before we get into you now, tell me or tell us a little bit about yourself. What are some of your interests outside of scouting? Because obviously you're interested in scouting. What do you want to do after high school? All that kind of fun stuff.
Okay, so I'm Mehran. I'm a high school. I'm a rising senior at Burlington High School, and I'm interested in pursuing engineering or some kind of like health sciences, like biology or chemistry after high school.
Cool.
And
what else do you do, like as extra? Do you have time for extracurricular activities?
Yeah, I'm on the robotics team. Okay. And I play soccer, I run cross country, I do track.
What do you do in track?
I'm a distance runner. Okay. So mile to mile, 600. Yeah.
Wasn't sure if like you did the cross country thing and then decided to do, you know, shot put or something. So I wanted to be javelin catcher, but they wouldn't let me. So when and why did you decide to join scouting?
So it was actually in 4th grade. Dylan Lynch, who's a friend of mine, he actually recommended me. He was like, come out to this event. I think it was the crossover, and so he invited me. We were playing these games, like we were making like bottle rockets, and
cool.
And we had these like cardboard boxes, and you would just like run into them.
Sounds like crossover and the Scout Expo.
Yeah, so I was amazed. I really liked it, and I just joined Scouts.
Cool. Now, did you know anybody else other than Dylan?
No, it was just Dylan, and then I made a lot of friends.
Started making other friends. Yeah. Cool. And then that was in 4th grade, and then you joined Boy Scouts when it was your turn to cross over.
Right.
What made you want to continue? Because Cub Scouts is a lot different than Boy Scouts or Scouting America, because as you get older, you have more responsibility, and some people see that more responsibility means less fun.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you mean you want me to do something?
I think Scouting America is a lot, like, it is a lot of responsibility, but you learn a lot through leadership and like various like life skills. Okay. And we go on hikes, we go on campouts, and like it's just so much fun.
Cool. What's your favorite thing about scouting?
I would say the campouts.
Winter, summer?
Summer, yeah.
Okay. I'm like, no, I don't think I could go camping in 20 below.
Actually, the Lonesome Lake, that was probably one of my favorite campouts.
Cool. Yeah. So now, is that the one where you like have to like bring all your gear and hike like a bazillion miles and then set up camp?
Yeah. So we got snowshoes and everything, and we would like hike up this mountain. I think it was only about 2 miles or something like that, but it's a great experience, and the views are amazing. Yeah.
Excellent. Tell me a little bit more about what you had to do to get to the life rank. You know, is it just going on campouts, or what'd you have to do?
Yeah, so there's various requirements for each rank. You start out Scout, going to Tenderfoot, second class, first class, Star, then Life.
Okay.
And you have to complete these requirements along the way, cook on campouts, bring another Scout to a scouting event and teach him about Scouts, and these things called merit badges, where like individual requirements, but for a specific like niche type of activity, like swimming or first aid.
Okay.
And then you also have to do like some sort of leadership within scouting. So I was a patrol leader, a den chief for a while. So
yeah, I remember den chief. Because you were with my dad, and when my kids were little, and now they're all taller than I am. So, except for one of them, they're still a little bit shorter. But okay, what was the hardest requirement that you had to do to get this far? Was it a leadership role? Was it a merit badge?
I would say.
Was it trying to remember how to tie different knots? Because those always scare me.
Those were actually not that bad. Like once you get the hang of it, you know, it'll come with practice. But I would say like the personal fitness merit badge.
Okay.
That was a pretty long one. You would have to like track every single day, do some like workouts and show. Yeah.
Okay. So that's why you did it during soccer season.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if you did or not. I'm just making that up. Why was it important, or why is it important for you to complete your Eagle?
I would say, like I've come so far. Eagle's like right there, so I have like some determination to finish it, and I think it's good to have like it's a good life skill to be an Eagle Scout. There's like so many alumni like Neil Armstrong who were Eagle Scouts, and they taught and it taught them a lot about like leadership, service, being good to your community, and I think that's like really important to have like when you're
cool. So what? All right. The hardest part of your journey, scouting journey. What was your favorite merit badge that you got to earn?
That's a tough one.
Or the least favorite merit badge?
I would say my favorite merit badge would probably be swimming. It was my first merit badge.
Oh, okay.
And so I did this merit badge at camp.
Okay.
So the first time going to camp, I did this merit badge, and the experience was great.
It's
the
pretty
badge
intense because you have to like swim. Do you have to like swim a mile and you have to tread water for forever? And
it's not a mile, but like it is like some amount of work. But I really enjoyed it. I really like swimming. So
cool, excellent. I'm like trying to think. Why do you think? Okay, so there are two big categories of merit badges, which are just teaching you about different subjects, whether you like them or whether you learn that you don't like them. Sometimes that's an equal knowledge to have. It's like, I will never do chemistry again, or I don't know, basket weaving again, I don't know. Why are the Eagle required merit badges? Why do you think those are required? Like personal fitness is one of them, personal management, which is like, is that just finance, or is that like time management and?
Yeah, it's a mix of like, it teaches you about like finance, managing your time, things like that.
Okay. Yeah. First aid, swimming is one. Why do you think these are Eagle required?
I think they're important life skills to have. They teach you a lot. Like, you never know when like someone could be, has a little cut on their arm, or you can have those skills. Like, it's really important.
So general first aid. Well, what about camping though?
Camping
is a required, but how many people in their adult life really go camping all the time?
I think it's a mixture of like fun and life lessons.
Give me an example of one of the life lessons from camping.
From camping.
Because like where to set up a tent to me just does not seem like a life skill.
I would say the whole like process, like some camping requirements have like requirements that you would like teach a scout how to set up a tent, or organize like a cookout or something like that.
Okay.
So like
So like preparing your own meals, which you gotta eat, and teaching a younger scout how to set up a tent. Well, they might, the life skill isn't necessarily the tent, but maybe the process of teaching.
Right. It's all about leadership and like showing how to do things.
Okay. I think I asked this, but I already forgot the answer. What is the hardest merit badge? Oh, you said that was personal fitness?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the easiest?
Fingerprinting?
I don't know. Fingerprinting and chess, I think, is another easy one, isn't it?
I haven't done chess, but fingerprinting, that was like a quick 30-minute lesson. We did it at camp. We were there for 30 minutes. They talked to us. I think we stamped our...
Did you have to dust for prints? Oh, that would have been so cool.
I wish, but I think we just put our thumbs in some ink, put it on a paper, fingerprinting.
Now it's like digital. You go to get yourself fingerprinted, and there's no more black ink that gets everywhere. It just scans your hand.
Yeah, I actually did this when I was traveling. You have to put your and then your thumbs that. Yeah.
Wow. Did I ask you what your least favorite was? The one that you took it and went, why did I waste my time? Please don't say swimming, because you said that was your favorite. So,
honestly, the ones that I did, I liked all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I liked all of them. I don't really have a least favorite. I think they all taught me something and had some fun, whether it was doing with friends or the experience itself.
Okay. Well, you mentioned you went to camp. What do you like about camp? Summer camp, where you're there for a whole week and you're playing in the woods and the lake and sleeping out under the stars, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. No, I digress. What was your favorite thing about summer camp?
Spending a week away from my parents. No.
You sound like me.
No, I think it's a great experience. With your troop, you get to do all these crazy activities. You get to learn a lot. You get to have fun.
Cool. All right. So let's talk about your Eagle project. So, to achieve Eagle, you have to earn all these merit badges, you have to spend a certain amount of time in the troop, you have to have leadership roles, but then you also have to work on a project.
Yeah.
What parameters does the project need to entail?
So the project needs to do something beneficial for the community.
Okay.
So my project is helping the sawmill conservation area.
Okay.
So building bat houses, cleaning up the trails, and installing blazing markers and signs.
Oh, okay. So the markers are just like the little markers on the tree, or are those okay?
Yeah, so before they were orange paint on the trees, and so those were fading away, and they weren't really visible.
Okay.
So I installed these like metal kind of
Okay. Like
permanent.
reflective or just
Yeah.
like okay.
I think they are. And just nail them to the tree. So there's a more like permanent solution, so people know like what trail they're going on. They don't get lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you creating new trails or just cleaning up the existing trails?
No, just cleaning up. So a lot of like debris from storms, like windstorms, gets on the trails. So we would just rake them and remove any like giant rocks, so people like won't trip or anything like that. Yeah.
Did you find, like, I know some trails, I don't know if it's Sawmill Trail or not, a lot of litter and dumping, like somewhere along the Sawmill Trail, which is over by Fox Hill, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there like an old rusty car?
Yeah, there is. And there's like a lot of trash there. People dump their trash there all the time, which is terrible.
Yes.
Like, yeah. So I think we collected over like 7 bagfuls of trash.
Okay.
Yeah. There was just so much trash there.
Well, I'm glad you cleaned it up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the other Eagles from your troop had also worked on a trail.
Mm-hmm.
And his project was to connect like one of the trails with the other one. So where in the scheme of life and that conservation area, where's the trail or trails that you were working on?
So his trail is the Fox Hill, like that little nature trail.
Okay.
So that nature trail connects with the main like branch of the Sawmill area.
Okay.
So he has markers going down his trail, and then when his trail ends, that's where ours start. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we also cleaned his trails too.
There is a sign at the entrance, 2 entrances or just one entrance, showing like the map. Did you update or add or fix any of the existing signs?
So that's one part of my project that I will be doing, updating the signs, having the correct map on there with all the trails.
Cool. Is it just going to be a map, or are you going to throw in like a QR code so people can like access it on their phones, or can you even access a signal over there? I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's a signal.
So how far along in your project are you?
So I finished like the first stage of my project, which was cleaning up the trails and installing blazing markers.
Okay.
And now I'm working on the bat houses themselves. So I'm working on the prototype. I've started my second prototype.
Oh,
so just building the bat house itself and figuring out how to mount it.
Okay, so you said prototypes. Does that mean like you're coming up with your own design, or are you just seeing what else is out there on the market?
So I personally designed the bat house.
Cool.
With my CAD skills from robotics. So
I love it.
So yeah, I'm just figuring out how to put it together.
Okay.
Painting it and then figuring out how to mount. That's one of the big problems.
Oh, okay. Why did you decide to incorporate the trail with the bat houses? Because a lot of times in my very limited exposure to scouting, it was, I will do a trail, or I'm going to build bat houses, or, you know, I'm going to do this. And you're like branching out. What was the motivation behind that?
I think it's important to preserve the trails.
Okay.
And make sure like they're accessible for the Burlington citizens, and just picking up trash and cleaning it all out. And I wanted to incorporate that with bat houses. So
okay. Yeah. Because it seems like, well, you went above and it sounds like you wanted like be the overachiever and like so how many bat houses ideally do you want to make?
I want to make 6.
Okay.
6
Will they
bathhouses.
just be along your trail, or will they be throughout?
They'll be throughout. There's a dam, so I want to place the bathhouses near there because there's a water source. So all the mosquitoes they thrive near the water sources, and bats they're known for eating mosquitoes.
That's
so
why we love them.
yeah.
How many bats can fit in a typical bat house? Because they can like squish themselves up to be really tiny.
Depending on the size of the bat house. So I think in mine I can fit about like 100, I think. Yeah.
We have that many bats around?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
cool.
seen
Well, if you
some
spread 'em
flying.
out.
Yeah, I've seen some flying around.
Cool. Why bats?
I picked bat houses because, it's it was fun to design. I actually like and the mosquito issue. Like there's tons of mosquitoes, so it's
And a
good.
few years ago, I think like all the sports and everything had to shut down at sunset because of mosquitoes.
Also, there were like previous bat houses there, but
There were.
yeah, there were I think like 2, but they were broken and like not up to standards. So I just wanted to.
In designing the bat house, did you have to do like different research, figuring out what materials and how what the dimensions ideally should be, and paint versus not paint, or where did you start?
So I did some research. Like I looked at previous designs of bat houses, what the ideal size should be.
Okay.
So mine are like 24 inches tall, 18 inches wide.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty big for a bat house.
And the opening needs to be like a certain height.
Okay.
So like predators can't come in, just the bats themselves.
Okay.
And make sure the paint is safe for bats. So you need to use like a water-based paint. Make grooves inside the bat house themselves so they can fit in. And
how do you make the grooves?
So
power tools.
Yeah, power tools. Yes, that's.
Now, do you have access to all these power tools, or do you have to find people that had power tools that would let you use, or?
So one of my dad's friends, he just has them. So I'm borrowing them right now, and yeah.
Reallocating temporarily.
Right.
So I like it. Did you, or what partnerships or what permissions did you need to get for both the bat houses as well as the trails?
So I have to work with the conservation department.
Okay.
Miss Coleman, I work with her, and she would give me thoughts or like approvals on like what to do and what not to do. So, yeah.
Did she help you with like your timeline, or?
Not really. She just just checks it off.
Okay.
Make sure.
Because I'm thinking, okay, maybe you do need permission, maybe you don't, but like cleaning up the trail, absolutely. I'm sure they would, nobody would deny you that. But like putting the markers up or installing the bat houses, those might require some permission. What is your timeline for the whole thing? You mentioned that you started cleaning up the trails. How long do you think the next phase is going to be?
So I'm still working on my prototype. I'm planning to finish that by this week.
Okay.
So hopefully, I've been really busy with, I have like a couple internships going on.
Cool.
So yeah, I've been just trying to get the prototypes done. And then once those are done and I figure out the mounting mechanism, then I can start hosting the build sessions. Okay. So I want to do that, I think, beginning of August, like sometime, yeah.
All right. Because you're still working on the prototype, does that mean you have not purchased the materials yet?
I have. So my mentor, my Eagle mentor, Mr. Lasses, donated some of his wood.
Oh, cool.
So which was really helpful.
What do you use for that? Cedar, or?
Yeah, you would use cedar wood.
Okay. That's just a guess.
So he donated some of his wood, and I got some supplies from Home Depot.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been working on the prototype.
Cool. Was this the first project that you had proposed, or did you look at other options and then as discussions progressed, you're like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll look over here? Like, why? Did you go to Fox Hill?
No, I did not. I did not go to Fox Hill.
Okay, because I would think, I went to Fox Hill, so I want to do something to fix, help the school out, but.
So my Eagle mentor actually, he was my merit badge counselor for the personal management merit badge.
Okay.
So I just asked him for some suggestions on a project, and he talked to me about the sawmill conservation area, how that could use some improvements. So he gave me the suggestion of doing like bat houses or owl houses at first.
Ooh. I didn't know owls needed houses. I knew bats did, and I know birds do. Well, owls are birds, but I thought they just like built nests or something.
Yeah, there's one owl house in the trail that I know of. So it started off with the blazing, the signs, and the cleanup, and it was 12 bat houses initially.
Wow.
Which
That's
was
ambitious.
Yeah. So I had my proposal meeting. Where we narrowed it down to 6 bat houses. And cleaning up the trails, blazing markers, etc.
Excellent. What do you think of like the whole approval process? You said you met with your mentor, talked about some of the ideas, and once you come up with the idea, you had to talk to the Conservation Commission? No, Conservation Department. What did you have to do to get permission saying that, yes, this does qualify as an Eagle project?
Right.
So what's the process of approval that you had to get through Scouting America?
Yeah, so I made a presentation, like quick Google slide presentation on what I'm gonna do, what needs to be improved. So I showed pictures of like the trail, the faded blazing markers, all of that. I showed the proposal for my design. Yeah, and I made the presentation. I showed it to the troop committee. So and then once I got approval from the troop committee.
So was there like some back and forth saying, yeah, you might want to change this a little bit? And
I think we had like 2 meetings. So the first one, it was initially like 12 bat houses. Right.
So they're the ones that told you, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Which was good on my part because I wouldn't have to do like as much.
Because you'd probably be freaking out right now if you're like, how am I going to get this done before school starts because I'm taking 12 AP classes? I know you can't take 12 AP classes, but you are going to be a senior and you're probably going to have a very busy senior year.
Right.
So, so we talked about the signage. Are you doing signage at both ends or just like the one end?
So there are various like existing signs throughout the area. And we'll be replacing those.
How are you promoting your project? First of all, like how do you get help? And then once you've done all of this amazing work, how are you going to tell people, hey, come over here now, there's some really cool stuff over here, you won't get lost? Well, I would, but
so for like getting volunteers, we have this app called Band, where we communicate to our troop. So periodically, whenever I have my sessions, I send out a message asking for volunteers. And for promoting the project, well, for one,
for here,
yeah, we're on the show. And I was thinking of making flyers and putting it in people's mailboxes near like the area themselves, like, oh, this is, I worked on this.
Yeah.
And on the signs themselves, I know like Adi did his project.
Okay.
And he has his name on there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Your name and lights. No, you don't have to do lights. Even if they are solar powered, you really don't need to do them. Are you hoping to be completed? That was very bad English. Grammar. Are you hoping to complete your project before school starts?
Yes. Hopefully, I get all of the labor intensive work done before, so I can like focus on school and all the college apps and mission process. All that fun stuff. Yep.
With the volunteers, what is your ideal group to work with?
Yeah, so for the blazing markers themselves, like for the cleanup part, you know, as many as you can get.
Okay.
That's good to have, but for the for the whole process, as many as you can get. I would split them into groups.
Okay.
So like one group would go down this trail, one group would go down this trail, and one person would like hold the markers and other one would nail them in.
Okay. Now, did you have to tell them where to put the markers? Is it just a 1-for-1 replacement, or is it like distance every 20 feet, or every time you see a tree? Oh, I know you're in the woods, but what kind of instruction did you have to give them?
Yeah, so they should be around 5 feet above the ground.
Okay.
And you should see one blazing marker from the other. That's like the whole.
Oh, okay. So line of sight. So when you see this one, as soon as you can't see it anymore. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think I've been on the landlocked forest trails before. And I think they have like different colored trails.
Yeah.
Does Sawmill have multiple trails or just one?
Technically, it's one trail.
Okay.
But to differentiate between the trails, like you have this like one like loop, and then you have one going off into here.
Okay.
So we put colored markers.
Okay, that's kind of what I was getting at, is if everything was the same color, or if you had like color coding or something.
Yeah, we have red, green, and blue.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
When you had all of the scouts or all of your volunteers come, I'm guessing, please correct me if I'm wrong, that there were younger scouts your age, as well as adults. So when you put them into groups, did you have like all the young kids go together? How did you determine who was in which group? Because not everybody gets along with everybody.
Right. I would have like one adult per group.
Okay.
And to make sure like there's some supervision, or if there was like an older scout.
Oops, I just put a nail through my hand, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, or if there was an older scout my age, they could go with the younger scouts to make sure like they don't, yeah.
And hopefully you still had a first aid kit available.
Yes, always.
Yes. What about the bat houses? When you do your builds for those, are you going to like have everything pre-cut so it's just assembly, or are you going to assign people, well, when you get here you cut this and you draw the lines, you cut, and then you guys you glue and you nail, or I don't know what the
I'm gonna be pre-cutting all the wood.
Okay.
Because adults need to do that.
Okay.
Adults are the only ones who can handle like power tools. Right.
Probably a reason for that.
Yeah. I mean, having all that pre-cut would save a lot of time. So it wouldn't be just the adults working on the bat houses. So having them pre-cut would let like the scouts do like all of the work. Now,
we had talked about a little bit earlier about the different sizes of bat houses? Are all of yours going to be like exactly the same to make it easier to assemble? Because, you know, that roof will be the same as that roof, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I used a side from this house, but I used a side from that house, so now the sides are like different dimensions.
Yeah, so it's the same, yeah.
Oh, okay. Gonna make them all the same color too?
Yeah, they'll all be black.
Black.
Plain.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Basic black, you know, very thinning. You know, bats like black.
Right. They need it for the heat, so yeah.
Oh.
To stay warm. That's
okay. Yeah. I just figured it was like, you know, protecting them from predators. So when you mount them, do they have to like face the south, face the east? Are they directional?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I have no idea.
I think it's southeast. Yeah, there is a direction.
Okay.
I think it's southeast, facing the sun, so they get the most sunlight. But once I like do the mounting process, I'll.
Okay. Because I'm also thinking you're in the woods, so middle of the woods sometimes doesn't get sunlight.
You're right.
So those are going to get really cold. Have to make the bats little bat sweaters. No, okay, that's a little too much. So far, have you found limitations in your volunteers? Like, I have no idea which end of the hammer to use, or, you know, I'm too short to reach the markers.
So far, there hasn't been any limitations. The only problem is sometimes you need 2 adults. Well, you do need 2 adults for every build session. So if one adult, like there's only 1 adult, then you can't have it. So you got to make sure you always have 2 adults there.
So you're about halfway-ish through your project. So far, have there been any, I guess I could call them plot twists, where things didn't go as you had planned and you kind of had to redirect and go somewhere else, or has everything been smooth sailing for you so far?
Yeah, so with the prototypes, that has been a little rough. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best way to assemble it, and yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, like, people skills are really important.
Right.
So I'm wondering, you know, I'm kind of curious if you've had any personnel issues that you've had to deal with and call HR.
Not yet. Hopefully not yet. But I've been procrastinating a little bit, with falling behind.
Well, yeah, that kind of happens. So please don't say your 18th birthday's in September, because that would be challenging.
It's in June, so I have.
So you have time.
Yeah.
You got time.
Yeah.
Okay. Fundraising. Because you've had some material donated, and you're still working on the prototype, how do you know how much money or budget that you're going to need?
Yeah, so the free wood was a big help. That was good. But I've tracked like how much like I've spent or how much I need to spend. I did all that budget planning beforehand. So.
What are some of the things that you had to budget for? Like obviously the wood.
Right. The blazing markers themselves, the signs, the posts for the signs, the screws, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So, like, the tools themselves, most people already could loan to you, or did you have to go out and, you know, purchase hammers with the nails or anything?
So, what was convenient was the markers came with nails, so that was good.
Oh, okay.
And for every session, I have a Google form where like people put their name and everything, but also a section where like, can you bring these tools? And that's really convenient for me because I don't have like 10 hammers laying around. So, you know, it makes it a lot faster.
And like when you were cleaning up the trails, you probably had to get like the trash bags and gloves, and then were you able to use the dumpster on the property, or did you have to like schlep everything somewhere else and say, here, you can take a bag and put it in your blue bin, and you take a bag and you put it in your blue bin.
Yeah, so we just we just use the Foxhill dumpster. We can put it in that dumpster.
Right. Yeah. Have you worked at all, like, talking about the bats, have you worked with a bat expert? Have you reached out to, you know, what do you call a bat expert? Ornithology is bird study, but bats are mammals. Have you talked to any, like, somebody in the field, like whether it's somebody from the science center or somebody from the high school or somebody from a local zoo or?
Yeah, so I have talked to Miss Pavlicek here at the Science Center about bat houses and how to, like, properly mount them, where to put them, and stuff like that.
Now, you mentioned that you're not 100% confident on how you will eventually mount them. Can you use trees, or do they have to be on a separate post, or is it a combination of both?
You can use trees, but you have to have, like, a little separation so that the wood on the bat house doesn't, like, rot. Yeah. So using the wood on the trees is fine. Mounting it to the trees is fine.
Okay.
But
do you have a preference?
No.
Because I would think that, you know, costs would be involved. How long, you know?
Oh, right. The 12-foot posts are, they get pretty expensive.
Is 12 feet sufficient? I don't know how.
Yeah.
I remember hearing, you know, you had mentioned that they have to be a certain height for predators, but I also thought it was because of, you know, the altitude that they fly or something. I don't.
So the recommended is around, like, 10 to 15 feet. That's how you should have them.
Now, whenever you if you are going the tree route, do you have a ladder that tall?
Yeah, so that's one of the other hurdles that I'm trying to figure out with the whole mounting process. So scouts are not allowed to use the ladder. After, like, they can only go up to the second rung. So that's been a little issue with mine. So the scout masters or adult leaders would have to use the ladder to mount the houses.
Wow. Okay. Gonna have enough people. Well, you only have 6, so. But finding a ladder that could get up that high and then trying to get it from wherever it is to in the woods in the middle of the field. That's a good problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you answer that. Figure it out. If I don't know, I think it's kind of early to say if you had to do the whole thing all over again. So yeah, if you had to start everything for your project all over again, would you still work on the same topic, the same subject areas? Would you have ordered something differently, like worked on the bat houses first, or I don't know?
I would probably start earlier. One of the big issues was I kept, like, putting it off a little bit. So, you know, starting earlier would have been good. And I think if I, you know, maybe only did bat houses or clean up the trails, like bat housing, clean up the trails, that would have been a little more easier and cost sufficient. So I could, like, make the bat houses, like, really nice and 12-foot posts and everything.
That would be cool. What am I missing? Because I don't want to have to do this over again. Since you're still working on the project itself, what skills have you learned from in the troop setting that you find valuable in the project management?
Leadership. We have, like I talked about, we have a lot of various leadership positions within the troop, and learning how to manage the scouts, how to plan like personal management merit badges, like with time management and all of that. They're skills that correlate to the project.
Okay. What else am I thinking? I just had a thought. It disappeared. I am totally zoning out. I apologize. What advice would you give somebody for trying to identify what project that they want to do? Would you tell somebody, hey, do another trail, they're really fun to get outdoors, or?
I would say find like a I would say brainstorm a lot. That's like the first thing. Like think of anything, like ask around like schools, like the conservation department itself, the rec department. You can always ask them, like, hey, I'm working on my Eagle project.
I need a project.
What ideas?
What do you want done?
You can ask them, and whatever you like, honestly, like don't go too crazy.
Well, you also mentioned that just do something you like. Okay, well, you like the outdoors, you like camping, bats are cool because everybody loves bats, but you're also into sports and into robotics. Did you ever consider like doing something along those lines?
Yeah, I was thinking of actually building a trophy cabinet for the high school. For the track team, because we have so many trophies, and
that's not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, so I was initially thinking that, but then I found out like they actually got a trophy.
So that's not needed anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to budgeting. Once you come up with your budget and you raise the funds, what happens? Do you have like a contingency plan if you don't have enough money? Or what will you do if you have extra money?
With
both scenarios.
Okay, so with the extra money, I would probably either donate it back to the troop or the conservation department. So I have extra blazing markers from the project, so I'll be donating that to the conservation department. So if any sign gets like mishandled or broken, you can just put it back. And if I don't reach my fund limit, I'd probably use my personal funds to.
We don't want that to happen. Can I have a bake sale?
Or I could do some. I could do a bake sale. That would be fun.
What advice would you give someone who's never been involved in scouting before? Do you think it's worth it to join?
I think it is. It's great to have. You have fun experiences. You learn a lot through leadership and various like life skills, like tying knots. You never know when you could need to tie.
Yeah, like when you're driving down the street and something falls off of your car, you have to I don't know, making that. Actually, no, I'm not really making that up. That happened to my dad once. His muffler fell off, and he had to figure out how to. He was in the middle of nowhere.
But yeah, there's so many like life lessons that you learn from scouting,
But can't you learn like other life lessons like time management? Don't you learn that in robotics?
Yeah, but.
Can you?
Yeah.
Whoops.
But with scouting, it's not like you get like a mix of everything. It's not just like time management. You also have some fun, go on campouts, go on hikes. Like those memories like will last you like lifetime. You'll never forget.
Favorite memory?
Oh, that's
Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts. Oh, sorry, Scouting America or Cub Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
What's the coolest thing? Yeah, coolest favorite memory. Did I say favorite memory? Yeah, favorite memory.
Okay, so it was summer camp. The first time I went, and I went rock climbing for the first time. And
like on real rocks, or was it like one of those indoor rock walls?
Well, it was like an outdoor rock wall.
Oh.
So yeah, and I was scared out of my mind.
You're afraid of heights?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Even if you're not, once you get up there and look down, don't look down.
So yeah, going up there, I took so long, I remember. But my friend was like cheering me on, and then once I got to the top, it was like, wow, it was really so cool. Great. Yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Do you have a most memorable experience? It may not be your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, this tree got struck by lightning and fell down on the car or something. Is there any like memorable moment that really sticks in your brain?
Yeah, you can ask the troop about this. I'm sure many people will remember. There was one hike that we went on. Is some mountain. I don't remember, but
it was a hike.
Yeah, it was a hike. I was hiking. I wasn't really drinking any water, which was a really bad decision on my part. So we got to the top. I was so dehydrated. I was eating my sandwich, and then I was like out, and I woke up 2 hours later.
Wow.
And it was just, I was like,
did they have to like bring you to the ER or something because you're unconscious? Or?
We were on the top of the mountain. They thought I was just sleeping. I wasn't like unconscious. I was just like passed out, exhausted. Wow. Yeah. So that was a moment, a memorable moment.
And what have you learned from that, Mehran?
So right after that, yeah, right after that, I got a backpack with like one of those pouches where you can.
Oh yeah, the camelbacks. Or
yeah.
Okay.
So you can put water in them, and then it's like a little hose.
Okay.
And I got that. Make sure to stay hydrated. Yeah, don't. Water's great.
And even if I don't know when your hike was in the summer or winter or whatever, but any time of year, hydration is still important. Like even if it's 30 degrees out.
Yeah, so I had another memorable moment with that.
With the same one?
Yeah,
All right.
It wasn't a hike.
Okay.
But it was just a really, really cold day.
Okay.
My water bottle was like frozen, and I was dehydrated.
Okay.
I wasn't really drinking water. I didn't pass out, but
it
I was just
solid.
Yeah.
How do you keep your stuff from freezing, like your water?
A good method is like put it in your sleeping bag.
Okay.
So like it'll stay like above freezing.
Okay.
You could also like warm it up on a stove, like just.
As long as it's not a plastic water bottle.
Yeah, or well, not with the plastic water bottle.
Well, because if they're insulated, then they're supposed to. Yeah. So.
Yeah, if they're insulated, then I think it should be fine. But mine wasn't insulated, and we have water with the troop, but
you won't always have that support system of people who know what they're doing as a backup.
Right.
Not necessarily for hydration purposes, but I think you've kind of alluded to scouting teaches you these life skills to make sure that you know what to do in certain situations.
Right.
Cool. So is there anything that we haven't mentioned that you want to make sure that the audience knows something about Mehran?
I don't really know. I love Scouts. I think it's great. I recommend that everyone should, like try it out. If you don't like it, then you can always leave. But
because something that you just mentioned and it popped into my head. In your experiences, have you found any pushback from some of your peers saying, why are you doing scouting? You got to wear the uniform and it's not cool anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody had said that to you, whether or not they did, how would you respond?
Well, I enjoy it. I have fun going to meetings, going to campouts. Like, they're the ones missing out. Like, I don't know, like they have to experience it.
Okay.
They're just I don't know, they just don't have the same thing, I guess. Like, they just gotta try it. They don't know if they don't try it.
So we talked briefly, I don't know if we finished, but we talked briefly about your future. And you're going to be a senior. Or technically, are you a senior now? Because, I don't know, because you passed all your finals. How do you think scouting will follow you as you move on with your life? Your Eagle project's done. You got your Eagle, you graduate from high school, you graduate from college. Yeah.
I think it's an important thing to have, like you're going for a job interview or something like that, like Eagle Scout. Like, I think you'll build connections. Like, if someone was also an Eagle Scout, like, you have that.
It's like instant connection.
Right.
Okay.
Like, something to talk about. Yeah.
Okay. And I also have heard that depending on what you decide to pursue as a career, a lot of times, like military, if you have that Eagle Scout, you're pushed up a rank. Or, the job market today is so competitive.
Right.
So you might find yourself in a situation where on paper everything's identical except for this one's an Eagle Scout. Boom. So, do you think that is actually like a myth, or do you think that's like legitimate?
I would say depending on the person. Like, I think if they have some experience with scouting or know what it's like about, then maybe. But like, you never know unless you figure, like, you're a job employee yourself. But.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of successes in your Eagle project, as well as like everything else. But we are out of time. So thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait for your Court of Honor. I can't wait to see where you end up going to school. But thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And I also want to thank everyone at home for tuning in. I hope you are ready to go out and about, checking out the blazed trail, as well as being kind to bats, because they are important. So thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you around town. Good night.